Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout, and this is using the June Scraptastic Kit. I don't even know what layout this was. It was either third or fourth, and it took an hour and 20 minutes to complete, and I'm showing you some of the products that from the kit, I guess, and that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to end up using that My Mind's Eye pattern paper as the background, and I'm going to use the diagonal stripe pattern paper, and I absolutely love that pattern paper. This layout was done the end of September or the beginning of October. I think it was the end of September, so it was done a long time ago. And to tell you the truth, I don't even know if I'm going to keep scrapping with the June Scraptastic Kit or what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of in, I don't know, just this kind of mode right now. I'm working on December daily, and I just uploaded my day 2, and I'm hoping that I work tonight. It's my last night. Tonight is November 8th, and I'm hoping to do one more December daily. And I have probably a few more layouts I want to do with the October hip kit before it's completed. So I'm kind of, I don't know, just kind of, usually if I started a kit, I had to get it done, and I'm just kind of working all over the place. And I know I'm going to be canceling my Scraptastic kit, so I'm kind of, I don't know, I don't know if I'm just going to separate them all and just kind of consider it sort of my stash and just scrap for my stash, or if I'm going to finish these kits. So I'm just still kind of on the fence. But I had taken these embellishments and kind of put them all together, because I had put together sort of 8 layouts with the papers and the die cuts, and so I'm trying to use those up. And it's very pinky. There's a lot of pink stuff on this layout, and so I'm just kind of playing with the embellishments, trying to see where they're going to go. I'm trying to see if I'm going to use any of the stamp sets that came in the kit, and I don't believe I end up using any of the stamp sets. I do take out an American Craft rolly stamps. And here I'm going to try something, and I'm looking at the page. Like I said, I did this in when was it? September, October. So, well, I think maybe one of the words says fabulous. And so I'm experimenting. I'm trying to use just sort of a Versamark ink, and then some embossing powder, and the stamp is too full, like the word is etched in, so it didn't come out very well. So I'm going to give up on that idea. But that would work really well if it was more like just a word and not the full word of it. Then I even try using I have like a little powder thing that, if you don't want things to stick where you don't want it to go. And that still didn't work very well. So I'm going to give up on that idea, and I'm just going to take out some white cardstock, and I'm going to try it on there. And I try it with the embossing powder again, and it still doesn't look good. So I'm just going to put the embossing powder away, and I'm just going to take out some pale tomato ink, and I'm just going to stamp it directly to the cardstock, and then the word fabulous stands out much better. You can actually see what it says. So I'm going to stamp it out 3 times, but I always don't know if that's the perfect color of ink. So then I go and dig through my stash of inks and try to see if there's a better ink out there or a better product. And I believe I end up sticking using the pale tomato ink, but you're going to see me taking out a few other Hero Arts ink and Stampin' Up! Ink and kind of experiment. So I'm trying to, use up a little bit more what's in my stash. I'm trying to use more of my stamp set, and this was a Scraptastic stamp set. I can't remember if it was this from this June kit or from a previous kit. And I'm trying to use a little bit more of my inks, and I'm kind of comparing it to the embellishments, the ink color to the embellishments in the kit, and trying to see which one is going to stand out a little better. So I guess I did decide on looks like a Stampin' Up! Color, because that's the one I stamped out 3 times. And trying to see if there's another saying that I might want to use. So yes, I did decide on a Stampin' Up! Color, and I think it's called Strawberry Slush. So I guess that was the one that went better with the background. Not the background. Well, with the background and also with the embellishments. And I'm thinking of doing a little cluster to the bottom left, and then I say, nope, I'm just going to do a top cluster to the top right, and then a bottom cluster to the bottom right. And then at the top cluster, I end up putting, there was a little wood veneer piece that came in the kit, and it was 3 little banners. And on that, I'm going to put one of the bows that was included as one of the embellishments in the kit, little vellum heart, one of those words that I stamped out. I'm going to add some enamel dots. And then there was a flare that came in the kit, and it was just an ampersand, and I'm going to use it as part of my title. And to use with this kit, I use the 6x6 paper pad from Captured Life, and I just put it directly with the kit so that I keep using it either for matting the photos or just adding little bands of color. And now I'm going through my freckled fawn alphas that came in one of the monthly kits, and I'm just looking for the letters that'll say Mom and Kate. And this is a picture of myself and my daughter, and it was when she went to her competition last April 2014 in Niagara Falls. We decided to go as a family because it was one of her last competition, and definitely the last competition that was going to be that, I hate saying important, but of that high profile. It was, the nationals, and there's team from all over the country that goes to that competition. So we wanted to make sure that we went. And this is where I took the roller stamp, and it's the little hearts. And here I did use the pale tomato ink, and I added it to the background. And I'm also adding white hearts too, just to add a different texture. And I put it over the pink hearts so that it just adds a little bit more texture to the background. I really love that diagonal paper, but I just wanted to add a little something else. So I'm taking baby wipes and I'm cleaning that off. And the white ink was from Avery L, and it's just a white pigment ink, and that's why I'm drying it up with my heat tool. So I'm going to cut down the pattern paper because I'm going to want to mount it on a cardstock, and this is Stampin' Up! Pattern papers. Not pattern paper, cardstock, and it's coordination. And I don't even know, those came in their like mini catalogs, and it was a couple of years ago, and every mini catalog they used to have different coordinations, and if you use sandpaper on it, it would just kind of show the the coordinations cardstock, how they work. And so I still have quite a bit. I think every time they came in their little minis, I would just buy 2 of each color because I really liked it. And so I still have quite a bit of it. And like I said, I'm trying to use a little bit more of my stash. And now I'm taking my Prima tool, and it's like sandpaper, but it's way stronger than just sandpaper. I love that Prima tool, and it also has a little side to it that you can scrape the edges. It would be sort of like your Tim Holtz tool, but it's built right into that. And I kind of distress the edges, and then here what I decide to do is kind of rip the pattern paper and kind of open it up, and then I want to stick a piece of pattern paper in behind so that it kind of, it's sort of a little peekaboo hole. And I tried a few pink pattern papers, but it was just blending in too much. So then I went again, and I had used black pattern paper from that Captured Life 6x6 paper pad. So I kind of tucked that in behind, and I really like that. It just adds that splash of black. And on a couple of places on the layout, I did it to the top right, and then now I'm doing it to the bottom left. And basically all you need is a little piece of scrap of paper, and it just, I don't know, adds quite a bit of interest to the layout. And of course, ran out of ATG, so I'm going to quickly refill that. A little quick tutorial there on how to refill your ATG gun, and I'm just going to place it on that cardstock. And now I'm going to start building the layers, and I'm taking my quick dry adhesive, and I'm just kind of gluing down those little flaps at the top and the bottom so that you can really see that pattern paper. So it opens up those little flaps. Now when I cut down that pattern paper, when I flipped it, when it was laying down to the side of my trimmer, I noticed the back side of that diagonal stripe, my mind's eye pattern paper, had those little triangles, and it was so cute. So instead of throwing it out, I'm going to add it as a border at the top and the bottom of, I kind of did a 4-inch stripe or strip in the middle, and I just put a little border at the top and bottom of that. And then I used one of the doilies, and those doilies, I bought those at the dollar store. There was like 100 in the package for like $2. So I absolutely love those doilies. They're 8 inches, so they're fairly big. I really like them, and that's where I'm going to put my title. And it's really, I mean, quite the, I really thought long and hard on that title, Mom and Kate. And so I'm just going to put it right there on the doily. And then, I'm trying to use up a little bit more of my Freckled Fawn kits. I got their kits for over a year. I got them for 13 months. November was the first month that I didn't get the kit. And I loved it. I may subscribe to it again someday, but my goal right now is just to use up, the 13 kits that I've purchased in the last year that, none of them are used fully. Most of them are still sitting, in the little zippered bag or the little container when it first came out, the little metal container, mostly not used. So I'm trying to pull from it quite a bit more. And as I'm doing this video, I just realized I didn't do the video showing what I had left from my challenge from October. And I went back to work, and, I'm doing my regular it's not usually 4-day rotation. I do 2 days and 2 nights, but this time around I did it 3 days because I switched with someone so that I could go to my son's hockey game. So I would get up at 4:30 in the morning, and by the time I would get home, it would be 10:30 at night. So if you're wondering where I was on Facebook, and I still had videos to upload, so all I had to do was hit release, on YouTube. So that was kind of easy, but that's what was going on. I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning and not getting home till really late, and then basically just falling into bed and then getting up again the next day at 4:30. So today is November 8th and it's sort of my day 4, but it's a night shift, if that makes any sense. So I did 3 days and 1 night. So tonight's my last night shift. So I'm looking forward to my 5 days off. And to glue down my title, I'm using those little dots. And I've talked about these many, many times in previous previous videos, and I love them. They just, and especially with transparencies, and you can see the little dots, but because it's uniform, like it's all over the letter, it really, I find it looks kind of cute. It looks like it's part of the letter. And they're sticky dots by ThermoWeb, and I got those at Simon Says Stamps. They seem to last a very long time. Like I'm still using that same one sheet. Like I make sure that I use the same sheet over and over again, and there's still quite a bit of little dots on there, so that's good. So I end up putting a little bit of foam tape in behind that word at the top that says fabulous, just because it was kind of flopping down and I didn't like that. And then I used one of the paper clips that came in one of my freckled fawn kits, and it says this, and then I used a little camera that also came from a freckled fawn kit that says smile, and I thought I was going to put it one on top of the other and love this smile, but I end up I'm going to move it over here in a bit, and I'm going to bring up the camera, and then I'm going to move the love, which I'm using Teresa Collins little tiny stickers, and they're alpha stickers, and then the word this next to it, and then smile to the side of it. So then it's sort of diagonal, love this smile. And then I used a wood veneer that also came in the kit, and it just says captured. And then there was a sort of like a resin flare button, and it has a little girl potty person, and potty people they call them, I'm going to use that on this layout too. So I used quite a bit of freckled fawn stuff on this layout. I used the wood veneer, the word this, and the little potty person, and the transparency letters. So it is fun to use a little bit more stuff from my stash and try to get those used up. So tomorrow, which is November 10th, which is my second daughter, the one that I'm in the picture with, it's her birthday, and she's going to Halifax, so I won't be seeing on her birthday. But on November 11th, we're going to make, and I did a page on this dish before, and I've shared the recipe, but it's called sesame chicken. It's one of her favorite meals, that and spaghetti. So we're going to be making that for her on Tuesday, and it's Remembrance Day. So my husband has it off and she has it off. So we're going to make that meal for her. So I can't wait. It's one of my favorite meals too. But tomorrow, my grandson is also coming. He's coming for the week. So I'm going to have my grandson. But before he comes tomorrow night, after I wake up, I'm going to try and do that video to show what I have left from my October embellishment packages, and then I want to keep going with that for November. The challenge on my Facebook group is to use, again, embellishment packages, and I haven't decided how many packages I'm going to use this month, but I'm going to do the video tomorrow. I mean, it's already November 10th tomorrow, so I better get on that. And also December daily, and I've done quite a bit on that, so I feel pretty good with that. And so I'll be sharing that tomorrow. And what else? This layout actually will be shared tomorrow, November 10th. And now I'm adding some twine that's from my stash. I added some enamel dots in black and in pink. And what else did I do to this layout? I used a ton of stuff that came from the kit, but also a ton of stuff that came from my stash, which, like I said, yay, because like I said, I've canceled quite a few subscription, and I'm going to be canceling one more, which is my Scraptastic. Now, I saw we had the December sneak peek yesterday. So there's a lot of Amy Tangerine pattern papers. So I think I'll be getting the December kit, and then that'll be my sort of my Christmas gift. And then I'll be canceling the Scraptastic kits. So that's it. Here are a few close-ups of each embellishment clusters. And the page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.